and welcome back to another late night live stream with me, Diha. Been a while, hasn't it? I had a good break, and I hope you did too. On your break from watching me, I know, what a chore. But guess what? We're back. We are so back, and what better game to celebrate such an occasion than some good old Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. It's good to be back. Now, I forgot to get my controller. One moment. Oh, this thing does not have much battery in it. Well, if I ever run out, plug it in. Maybe I should plug it in now. Yeah, I'll do the responsible thing. Give me another minute. Forget that Citra. I mean, my real 3DS. Changes. Like, it recognizes as my controller plugged in versus wirelessly. It's separate controllers. I'm gonna have to change my control layout. Okay, that should be fine. All right. Perfect. Let us continue. And, you know, thankfully I left off at a good place. So now we're starting a brand new case. How exciting. Turnabout storyteller. Which begins with Athena. What the heck? Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute, I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client. This scenario seems familiar. He's late for a very important date. My name is Athena. How do they say her name again? It was Sykes, right? Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how. Who are you talking to, Athena? I'm a fully competent defender of the Wright Anything Agency. Though I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start. Oh shit, it's Niv. What's up? Hello. Heh. It appears we made it just in time. Where have you been? Simon? Wait. Huh? When does this take place? It's not that Simon, right? It's that Simon. finish your sentence already? Wow, I didn't think I'd see this guy again so soon. Jesus. You need, what was my black cool voice again? You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His baldness can wait. There's no way he'd wait for me. Besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate? Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not. Still but a rank amateur, I see. Yeah, what are you doing here? This is Simon Blackwell. You might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. Do we really need two of those right now? You and I go way back, as per our shared specialization in psychology. We're both disciples of the same person, so to speak, but he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time. To be fair, she was literally a child when Blackwell, was it first encountered her? Yeah. And they had that whole thing that happened way back then. The murder and everything. Yeah, the murder. We induce a little trauma, you know. So I can see why Blackwell still sees her as someone who needs to be protected. So, we're a Wright dono and Justice dono. About that. Mr. Wright is abroad and Apollo is helping Trucy with her magic show. Are we just gonna, like, brush over the fact that this guy is supposed to be in jail? I mean, there's no... How long does this take place after Ace Attorney 5? Like, 1 year at most, I'm sure. Didn't I tell you? They're what? So neither one of them are here? Leaving you to take this on alone? Yep. Ye gods. Apollo is just off with her magic show. Okay. Call Wright Donut back. It's not too late. He's too busy being a revolutionary. Oh no, not too late at all. You would only need to know how to teleport. Very well. Then I will settle for Justice Donut. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here. Apollo was literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. And here I thought, the whole reason Simon is here is that he could, like, help me out, you know? He's just gonna, like, scold me? Is that it? Just leave this to me and go watch him in the gallery. Oh, he's just gonna be in the gallery, okay. As your defense derails in spectacular fashion? No, as I win the heck out of this trial. Yes, win the heck out of this trial that you haven't even met the defendant yet. We haven't done any investigation. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'll be okay, promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take it the guy behind you is... Yes, he's your... He's asleep again. Oi, Bucky, wake up. Yeah. Oh, what'd you do that for, Simey? Oh. Who's this fellow? Oh, he talks like that, huh? Who's this yellow chickadee? Of course, Bucky. How could I forget? Everyone's beloved Bucky. Shame on me. She's your lawyer, such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however. Lawyer? She sure doesn't look like it, does she? Does he talk like this because he's supposed to, like, have a southern accent for some reason, or is he just drunk? Oh, I mean, he's definitely drunk, but maybe both? I don't know. Is she like your fellow apprentice or something? Something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. You know, I really hope Blackwell and Athena don't have like anything weird going on, because I don't know. I don't see it between them. Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Ms. Chickadee then. What's he got in his hand? Bentos? Is this case just gonna be full of like very Japanese appearing people with non-Japanese accents? Simon. No, that's Athena. Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind on his own trial. Fully platonic pseudo-siblings, thank goodness. Yeah. That's kind of what I saw them as too. Basically siblings. I didn't find the word for it a minute ago. I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial. Alright. Miss Chickadee, don't call me that. How'd you do? Sime's an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef. Wet Soba. Oh, Soba. Wet noodle number 4, Bucky Wet. Ah, like buckwheat, cause soba. Ah, good old Ace Attorney. Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. I gotta say, just having Wet as a last name is quite unfortunate. The jokes write themselves. So he can pull himself together when he wants to. Hopefully the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes. Being been accused of a murder that only occurred yesterday. I'm afraid that it's taken a toll on the poor boy. And you happened to be there at the theater when it all happened too, right? They say they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Indeed. Holy, that's a 5-head if I've ever seen one. The victim, master storyteller Taifu Tornado, was a long-time patron of Wet Soba. Taifu Tornado? Like typhoon? Tornado? Master Tornado had been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle 3 passed away. I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh? That stupid old fart. Like a father? No way. He was always dishing my soba. Dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Now, pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave. But try me. The police. None of them believes me. They won't listen to me. Looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now. You mean, you believe me, ma'am? Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee. Now, come on, I need you to shape up, just like those al dente noodles of yours. Yes, ma'am. My soba is the freshest. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Mr. Wet! Oh my god, yakking in the goddamn waiting room. Look at you, great big pillock. So, how exactly do you know this guy? I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do, in fact. So I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado were always so good to me. I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon. Wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread. Don't understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour. Hey, that's just rude. But I digress. I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff. If I let Wet Soba end like this, I'll never be able to face down with the Rio Master Tornado in the next life. Aww. Blackwell wants to keep his favorite soba shop alive. How cute. Ah, I see. And that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust. It was never my intention to ask you. Yeah. I'll show him I can handle it just fine. God, they're such siblings. Well, I believe it's just about time. What? We haven't even properly discussed the case yet. What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out now. I'm just trembling with excitement of battle. That's all. German, let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We've got a case to win. Yes, Miss Chickadee. I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba. Wet soba. Wet soba.
What?
Wet soba.
Voice acting?
Wet soba.
In my Ace Attorney game? Hello, 2 bowls of noodles? Sorry, sir, no can do. Kinda busy at the courthouse. Also, this guy's ringtone is like his own restaurant. Huh? They hung up. Okay, let's do this. That was random. I should probably try to remember this moment. He's not gonna do himself for this or his case any favors like this, Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere. Let me rest? Huh. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh, like my soba. You don't let soba dough rest, so all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. Died a second time. Rest in peace. He's blacked out. Oh boy. I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about? First, buckwheat seeds, or groats, are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten. Oh, so that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though, that's for sure. Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom, now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter. What? Why not? There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Just you wait, Simon, I'll show you. Mr. Wright and Apollo may not be here, but that's alright. I can do this on my own. Man. Athena solo case? This is gonna be fun. When was the last time you got to play as like a woman in Ace Attorney? Mia? All on her own? No, because she had Diego with her, right? When we played as her. Ace Attorney 5. Wait, Athena had a solo thing in Ace Attorney 5? Am I tripping? Do I have a memory of goldfish? Okay, no, she wasn't solo. Ah. Good old Japan America. Where the justice system is as it should be, you know? Still guilty until proven innocent. And until I can point out the real killer. Yes. Unlike Kurain. Or Kurain, rather. The justice system here is perfect. We don't need a revolution here at all. You missed the solo part? Honestly, I don't think I even said it, so that was my bad. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh shit, he's back. Dude. Having this guy go back and forth between the countries for every case is so funny. Like, what do you need to do all this for? Stay in your lane, brother. There's plenty of work back there. There's plenty of prosecutors over here. Really, Edgeworth? This is the best you could do? He's learning about scientific evidence, of course. Ugh. What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Sadbody? That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. Ah, yes, your pre-court prayer. How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Edgeworth, I gotta question your judgment here. Is this guy really the best you could do? Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell. Oh, shh. Okay.
Objection!
That's a little harsh. If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. More importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney. How old are you again? Oh, I can't even see Athena's age here. Definitely younger than Sanmati, right? 19? Yes. Qualified and capable attorney at 19? I believe it. Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity? You small spring chick. And just like Francisca Von Karma when she was 19. I forgot she was 19. Now, cease your shrill chirping. Oh no, Prosecutor Zadbody. She's still only a teenager. Please go easy on her. She's only a teenager. We're having her defend people in court? Okay, this has me wondering, like, who are the youngest lawyers in Japan? You know, because part of me, you know, wants to believe that this is all just part of the fiction, right? You know how Japanese, like, games always... oldest you can make a main character is, like, I don't know, 23. And then I feel like Phoenix Wright is an exception because the game is just, timeline has just progressed for so long, and people love him so much that, yeah. They aged him and then they de-aged him when he became a playable character again. Francisco was the youngest at 13. Is this just in the Ace Attorney like universe, or is this can't be real life, right? Like, Japan, you could practice at 18. I don't believe it. It's just in universe. Okay, figured. Great, now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment. Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor? Yes, I suppose we should. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Niv. Well, suspension of disbelief and all that. Oh, then, Prosecutor Sabmani, please give your opening statement. I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they'll be sorry they underestimated me. Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th. The Storyteller's Theater called Kuru Kuru Te. The victim was a great master of the Tornado School of Rococo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Taifu Tornado. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door. Seems like there's a yard with a doghouse. Really are just raw dogging this trial here, huh? No backstory, no investigation, nothing. The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Cause of death is suffocation, although how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. Holy shit. He died with coke everywhere. The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon. I will now submit the incident report to the court. Okay, suffocation, apparently. Prosecutor Samadi, how can you name Mr. Wet as the culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what? Well, it is true that the weapon and precise method are, as yet, unknown. The accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I'll explain this assertion in further detail as we continue. I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? Yeah, sorry, he died. Twice. Might be a while for him to respawn. Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary. Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Great, starting off the wrong foot already. Mr. Wet is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theater at the victim's request. Taifu Tornado is a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he himself made there. Liking soba is one thing, but making it in the theater dressing room is a bit much, no? Mr. Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet, the accused had ample motive for the victim's save. We discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. Prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. Stole the deed? Why would he want to do that? A murder over a deed to the shop does sound like a plausible motive. So that's what this case is about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. Would have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had. Defense? From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case. Well, you see... You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession. You putrid egg yolk. Eek! Not that putrid egg yolk. I'm sorry. I was a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk? I think you're a banana. I mean, look at those earrings. Those are basically bananas. I only just started and I've already been demoted from spring chick. Stolen deed, indeed. Ready to call my witness, Your Honor? Let me guess. Emma's guy? Oh, maybe not. Let us listen to the words of one who was present when the crime was discovered. Someone who was there when the victim's body was found? Very well. Witness, please take the stand. Boots? Woman? No. Oh. Sorry, I didn't. I wasn't aware of your game, Blackwell. I gotta say, you rock those boots. Is that Frost? Kind of bad, though. Oh my god. Okay. Let's pretend nothing happened. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor, and wearer of these sleigh boots. The Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand? There simply wasn't time. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, you could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. The damning scene? What in the world did Simon see? Prosecutor Sudbody, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm. By all means. This case involves rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle this case competently? Are you implying I am not qualified for this case? Not yet. I'm simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now, Ooh, a little prosecutor beef building. I'm eating this up. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on Rakugo last night and have grasped the overall idea of it. How much could you possibly grasp in a single night? Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originated in the land of Japan. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage with only a fan and a towel and the Rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character a distinct voice. This traditional art was originally invented by monks to make sermons more interesting. Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jugemu instead? Oh, I know that one. It appears you have put a bit of study. Completely owned. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell. I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind. If that is your Honor's request. Jugemu. Your Honor, can we please get back to the trial? Oh, right. Oh, of course. I nearly forgot. Seriously, of all the things for you to forget? Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed. What Simon saw. Alright. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. Dude, this guy is such a weeb. He eats soba. He, like, disses people who eat, like, I don't know, burgers. He's not even Japanese. Like, you see his sister. His sister's, like, decked out in full space gear. Not only is he not Japanese, this guy, like, speaks with a phony-ass British accent. For no reason. I love him for it. Eating soba. Going to the Rakugo theater. You know, I respect the passion. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. Playing with swords for real. I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Lucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body. Uendo? Like wind? Why are all the Rakugo people weather themed? Now, wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. White of the crime. All I can do is state what I saw. Can't help how it appears. A qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right? What's with that smug look? Your friend's life is on the line here, bud. Well, yeah, duh. All right, guess I better start by getting all the info out of him that I can. You know, I don't think this is the first time this guy's on the witness stand, right? He was on there. Of course, he was on there in the last case, right? Of A5, maybe. I don't know. It's been a while. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you... Oh, sorry, I was like confused by the sentence. I should just read the whole thing before I say it. What did you go to the theater for in the first place? I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple's Windows promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Window 2. Or the second? Probably the second. So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name? You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name. I see. So, there was another Wendo Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say? It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program. Oh, it appears Typhoon Tornado was going to perform Tokisoba, or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And Wendo was to perform Soba Se, or Soba Glutton. A soba-themed show, I see. Seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your baldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Geiru. Gale? Followed by Wendo. And lastly, Master Tornado. Your smiles are concerning me. I see, so that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived? I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello.
Hold it!
Bum bum bum. How did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him? I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately, we didn't actually meet. You didn't see him? Why? Geiru escorted me out to the dressing room. But we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Geiru as well. In other words, you can confirm the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m. Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado. I could tell it because it was a time soba routine being performed in there. So that means the victim was killed sometime after that. Hold on. I'm gonna go for the Hail Mary prediction here. This is gonna be like... I'm jumping through like so many hoops. This is mental gymnastics at this level has never been seen before, but hear me out. The sound of Rakugo being performed, perhaps it was actually the ringtone that we heard earlier. You know? I mean, they voice acted that ringtone and everything. Saying like wet soba and stuff. So maybe this is gonna like throw off the time of death. This seems like the thing that the game would do. Just saying. Alright. We're putting it in the records. If I get this right, I don't know. I'll just feel good about myself, I guess. I don't really have anyone to brag about this to. You love that prediction? Now, there's a pretty big hole. The ringtone had to come from the phone, and we know that Bucky went into the dressing room after Blackwell left. So why the fuck would that phone be in the dressing room while Blackwell was inside? Who knows? But maybe we'll get there when we get there. Oh shit, money. Yo. Welcome. Good to have you back.
Hold it!
Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time. Geiru and I were waiting in the lobby for Master Tornado to finish practicing. But when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things. Oh, when Bucky entered with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. Irate. I think it's irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him with the span of 10 minutes. Better come up with some kind of counter-argument and fast.
Hold it!
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I was able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Geiru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all. I see. And why do you suppose the window went to the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. His cycle is to pay their master respect right before and after each performance. And all disciples are expected to do this? Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Wendo went to the dressing room? Certainly. Wendo discovered Master Tornado's body. How did Wendo act at the time? Wendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes. We heard a scream from inside the room and a window came flying out. Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time? Sorry, I need a lot of water tonight. No, just a window's woeful scream. I see. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Thanks for the drink water. Man, it is quite late too. I don't think I can stream for that long tonight. It started pretty late. I think I'm just trying to make an effort to start earlier. I'll see how I'm feeling at midnight. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. Well, Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado. The accused came along and entered the dressing room with some new items in tow. It was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room. And around 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. I like the little animation on the dot there. Very angry indeed. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Wendo Tornado went into the room. A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Wendo gave a scream. And came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru then went into the room and saw the body for themselves. From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim. This is crucial testimony indeed. Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites? Not on your life. If Wendo went into the dressing too, and first discovered the body, then who's to say that he didn't commit the crime? Wendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Simon, why did you have to go give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here? Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I'm certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So, if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself. Draw your blade, Athena. This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. Yes, sir. Prosecutor Blackwell. Watching you collude with the defenses like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. Begone, witness. You shall haunt this this sacred hall no more. I can read. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? Look, Blackwell, I gotta be real. Your makeup isn't doing you any favors. On that front. Sure, he gets mistaken for a ghoul every so often. I'll remember this, you blackguard. Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled, putrid egg yolk. Egg yolks again. Right, give me a moment. I need to clear my nose. We're back. Ew, I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. Well, that's quite the line. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. An actual witness. The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She is another entertainer of the Tornado School, Miss Geiru Tornado. Actual woman this time? Classy? Hold up. Wasn't she like... Wasn't she like a meme for like a good while? Some time ago? Who wants they Clussy 8? Please state your name and occupation, witness. Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School, the Twisty Twist Twist. I don't think Rakugo performers typically dress like this or play with balloons. Whoa. Whoa, the physics. And balloon, there you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geiru Tornado. Just call me Geiru, sweetie. 1, 2. Oh, a balloon. Well, what a way to capture your audience's attention. I dare say I can't take my eyes off of those balloons. Which ones, Judge? Which ones? Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you like my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Would you please? So wait, first we got the bunny girls, and now we got the clown girls? Damn. Spirit of justice. It's really leaning into a certain direction. Oh, absolutely. Please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Geiru, can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad, but Shisha would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisty twist twist. Whoa. And balloon. There you have it. One gorgeous cake. I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. Gotta be real with y'all. I was feeling kind of, you know, tired before, but as soon as she showed up, I'm awake. Am I getting the Edgeworth spin-off game? You know it. I need more Edgeworth in my life. Her balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head. Geiru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school? Well, my father, my late father that is. was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the tornado school to be just like my daddy someday. I see. So, when one joins the Rakugo school, do you take the last name of the master? My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky went. Oh, how could he be? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss. And not only that, but he... You have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume will get into this soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent. How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Geiru's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet either. Remember? It'll be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Geiru, please share the truth with this court. Yes, Geiru, your testimony, please. All right. Testimony from Clown. Super trustworthy. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 p.m. when Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room before Wendo discovered the body. The only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jukemu was barking like mad. Oh, the dog, I assume. Why is she wiggling that thing around? Oh, I don't like it. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony? No. Make up your bloody mind, said Monk Samadhi. First you exercise me, now this. You need only do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul.
Hold it!
Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Samadhi, and I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There's a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dono. Well, I won't let either of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness. I hope you can make Prosecutor Samadhi see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow you to your cross-examinations, so you better strike it while the iron is hot. Alright. Clown time. Do you think they honk if you squeeze them? Absolutely. Anyway,
Hold it!
let's press. So the must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it? I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know? Isn't that right, Simon? Yes, Geru and I both confirmed that Master Tornado still lived at around 4 p.m. Oh yeah, you can, can't you? See?
Hold it!
The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you're able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course. Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while I was standing up or something? No, of course not. That's not everything I tell you. Fine. So you say anyway. But did you really? Before Window discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Only the defendant and Window entered only around the time of the murder. And that's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shisho. Let's take a deep breath, okay, Geru? So, not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time. I already told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else. I must apologize on the Lord's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's. Please overlook her transgression as best you can. Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie. She called me sweetie. Who are you calling a bird brain, buddy?
Hold it!
Jugamu. That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist. And balloon. There you have it. My cute little Jugamu. That looks horrifying. Doesn't that thing look like that one shitty mascot horror character? What game was it? It was like semi-popular. Poppy from Playtime? Yeah, there you go. That's the one. He's kind of creepy looking. Oh, but he's a really, really good boy. And why was Jugamu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have to. Then we have a new suspect in this case. Now, why was he barking again? Oh, I remember. Because it was time for me to feed him. So I went to his yard and gave him some food. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? No. The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen it if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please. How many times must I do this? You saw what Gary was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before? You can't be expected to remember every minute detail, minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Geru go out into the yard? Ooh, art. What the? Geru not being a complete clown here? Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jugamu. I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. Interesting. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Jugamu couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in the corner of the yard. And that's about all I can remember. Okay. Kind of suspicious. Geru looking at the window over and over again. Looks like Geru was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Geru's last statement added to her testimony. As you wish, defense. Oh my god, she's got... she's got all her freaking balloons here. Is the entire witness stand just going to be slowly filled up with balloons as we continue this? You know what this means, right, Geru? You weren't in the hallway this entire time after all, were you? Well, okay, so I did go out into the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time. The door was open, so she could still see the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you on the stand again, please. What am I, your lady in waiting? Do you remember anything about the time Geru was in the yard? Simply that Jugamu buried the food he couldn't finish in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Thank you. I didn't really need to hear about the dog again, though. Or do you? When I finished feeding Jugamu, I returned to the hallway, and then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it. Okay, so around the time of the murder, Geru and Simon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. Guess I'm going to have to find a flaw in there somehow if I want to get anywhere. And we will find that flaw next time. I can feel myself getting sleepier now, so should probably call it here. It's good to be back. Thanks for watching me on my return stream. Means a lot. I think my stream schedule is going to be mostly the same as before. Wednesday nights, Sunday nights for now. So that means next stream is Sunday. Look forward to it. You're welcome, Niv. And thank you. You know, part of me was worried that everyone would forget about me being away for so long. But I have nothing to fear. Alright, well, until next time, have a great rest of your night. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and be well. Oh, I should probably save too. Look at that. Athena's staring at you. in the save menu. Alright. See ya.